Alright, let's dive into something that's both inspiring and mind-blowing. Imagine an island that went from looking like a barren moonscape to becoming a thriving wildlife haven in just a few years. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But this is exactly what happened to Redonda, a tiny island in the Caribbean. Personally, I think this story is a powerful reminder of how resilient nature can be when we give it a chance. Here's the deal. In 2017, Antigua and Barbuda removed invasive rats and goats from the island. Fast forward to 2023, and the results are staggering. Vegetation biomass shot up by over 2,000%, and the population of Redonda ground dragons, a critically endangered lizard, increased 13-fold. What makes this really interesting is how quickly the ecosystem bounced back. It's like nature was just waiting for us to get out of its way. Now, let's take a step back and think about why this matters. Redonda wasn't just a barren island, it was a cautionary tale of human impact. For centuries, invasive species like rats and goats, introduced by humans, destroyed its native wildlife and vegetation. The soil eroded, rocks washed into the sea, and the surrounding marine ecosystem suffered. It's a classic example of how one small disruption can create a ripple effect of destruction. But here's the kicker: when those invasive species were removed, the island didn't just recover, it thrived. This raises a deeper question: how many other ecosystems could bounce back if we address the root causes of their decline? What many people don't realize is that Redonda's transformation isn't just a win for the island itself. It's now a protected area, with the Redonda Ecosystem Reserve safeguarding nearly 30,000 hectares of land and sea. This includes coral reefs, seagrass meadows, and habitats for at least 30 globally threatened species. From my perspective, this is a huge deal because it's not just about preserving a single island, it's about setting a precedent for conservation across the Caribbean. Caribbean islands are under immense pressure from climate change and human activity, so Redonda could become a model for how to restore biodiversity in the region. One thing that immediately stands out is the speed of the recovery. Within just a few years, native plants and animals rebounded dramatically. Seabirds returned, endemic reptiles flourished, and even the Redonda ground dragon, a species on the brink of extinction, made a remarkable comeback. This suggests that ecosystems are far more resilient than we often give them credit for. But here's the catch: the work isn't done. Conservationists are still focused on biosecurity to prevent invasive species from returning, monitoring wildlife, and reintroducing native species like iguanas and burrowing owls. What this really suggests is that restoration isn't a one-and-done deal, it's an ongoing commitment. If you take a step back and think about it, Redonda's story is a powerful metaphor for hope. It shows that even the most damaged ecosystems can recover if we take decisive action. In my opinion, this should be a wake-up call for all of us. We've seen the destruction invasive species can cause, but we've also seen the incredible potential for recovery. The question is, will we apply these lessons to other ecosystems before it's too late? As I wrap this up, I'm left with a thought-provoking idea: what if every barren landscape could become a wildlife haven? Redonda's transformation isn't just a success story, it's a blueprint for what's possible when we prioritize conservation. So, here's my question for you: what other places could benefit from this kind of intervention? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and let's all do our part to give nature a fighting chance.